Hello, we're going to be working on some Sudokus today. Going to be talking through a few. We've got a few minutes, I believe, until the April 16th puzzles begin. We've already completed the medium and the hards for the 15th. If you care about such things. As you can see, the medium took a little bit longer than the hard, but we're doing talk-throughs today, so that takes a little while. So we're going to jump into an easy just to get us warmed up. As you can see, we've already burned off a few seconds. We'll talk through the easy just so people who don't know how to do it can figure it out. So you might want to turn it down if you get bored by such things. So easies are easies because they are easy and obvious. So usually you can just look at rows and columns to figure out the whole puzzle. It doesn't require you to do any kind of second or third degree evaluations to figure out what something is. And what I mean by that is, so let's take a look at this column here. You have the ones. There can only be one per column. So there cannot be any ones over here and there cannot be any ones over there because of these two ones, which means there's only one in this column here. Well, in this box here, right? So, okay, so pretty straightforward. We can use that to eliminate all the ones here, and this one can eliminate all the ones here because these are gone and these are gone. That leaves one place for one for this box. Once again, we look at these two columns, these two ones, eliminating all three of these boxes with these two, which leaves only one in this spot for a one, which is there. And then we look at this, and what do we see? The ones here are all eliminated because of this, and these two ones eliminate these as well, which leaves us one spot right there. Okay, and finally the last one, this one here eliminates this box. These two eliminate these boxes, and this one eliminates this, which leaves us with the one right here. Now they have a thing called auto candidate mode, and as you can see in easy mode, you have what I like to call naked candidates, where there's just one candidate left, and so you could just fill these out. Now on easy mode, generally speaking, I don't use auto candidate. I never use auto candidate except as for an example, but you should be able to. It's not required. It doesn't really make it easier or faster to do it. It might make it easier. It doesn't necessarily make it faster. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. So this makes it basically like a little warm up here. So what next? We can always just jump straight to the two. I think a methodical method is always nice. We have a 2, 2, and a 2 here. This 2 will wipe out these spots for this box. The 2's here, not wipe out this one. So we got this here. We have a 2 there. Why did I put a 5 here? Why is there a 5 here? I don't know why there's a 5 there. Anyways. What other 2's here? We've got this 2 and this 2 wipes out all this stuff. This one wipes out this, so we're left with a 2 here. And this is basically beginner / easy level. The 2 here gets this, the 2 here gets this, call a row, leave a 2 there. Okay, and what's next? The 2's here, 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 and here. This lets this gets this gets that, and we're left the 2 here, and we are out of 2's. Now these go gray when you run out of that particular number. Next is a 3. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that there. But this 3 by itself cleans out these, which leaves a 3 right there. And then we have this 3, and this 3 knocks out this one knocks out this one, and then you have a 3 here. Like I said, very straightforward, easy puzzle. This 3 knocks out these 2. This one gets this one, which leaves this. And so this is a little bit, well, there's two ways you can look at this. So at the next level, let's say we didn't have this 3 here. Well, we know this 3 knocks out this spot. So we know there's a 3 here. And based on there being 3 here, there cannot be a 3 here. There can't be a 3 here because of this one. This one, there can't be a 3 here. So you would have a 3 here. But in this particular one, we know because of that 3, there's no 3 here. There's no 3 here. So there's a 3 here, which leaves a 3 right there. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, as they say. And we're left with only 1 3. And if you only have 1 3 left, you can always, if you only have one of one number left, you can always figure it out. This one happens to be here because this 3 and this 3 knock out these 3 blanks or possibilities. The 3 is gone. Did we forget the 2 someplace? It looks like we forgot the 2. We have a 2 here. Oh, it's when I clicked that. So this 2 knocked out this one knocked out here, and that left us the 2 here. So we will be doing the mediums and the hard later. I apologize if this is a little too simple for you, but you know, some people like don't have the same experience. So this 4 knocks out this one, this 4 knocks out this, which leaves a 4 here. Right, we aren't all experts from the beginning. This 4, and so that leaves us a 4 here. What else do we have? These 2 4s knock out all these, giving us a 4 here. Now I generally will only allow myself 5 minutes to do an easy, but since we're talking to this, it's going to take a little bit longer. Oops, what was that? No, so that is the 4. I got a couple more 4s to do. This 4 here will knock out this. We have one number left here, happens to be a 6. This 4 knocks out there, so I'll get rid of that. And the 4s are gone. Now you won't, when you get to mediums and even easies, you won't be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and knock them all out. Generally, this is might be the very first time, might be the very first time I've ever seen at least it approaching that. So let's work on 5s, and maybe this is the one that will break the streak. Yep, it looks like it will. So the 5 here, the 5 there. Yeah, so there we go, perfect example. So we didn't finish the 5s. We should have been able to finish the 4s. Where are the 4s at? Oh, here we go. We got the 4 here. Once again, that leaves us with one number there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing the 7. Okay, so that leaves us with the 5 again. Like I said, we can't really do anything with the 5, but we are missing one number in this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so there is no 5, so we skip on to 6. And the 6 is right here. We have this 6 knocks out this. This one knocks out this, which leaves us a 6 here. And the 6 here and the 6 here knock out these 2, leaving us a 6 here. The 6 here knocks out this. The 6 here knocks out this, so that leaves us a 6 there. What's left? These 2 6s knock out these 2. This one knocks out this, leaving us a 6 there. And we didn't get all the 6s yet. What are we missing right here? So this 6 here knocks out this, so we have a 6. We know this one is a 5. We know this is 8, 9, which leaves us a 5 here. We have 2 numbers left here. We could probably get there. One of them is an 8. One of them is a 5, right? Can we get them right now? We cannot. And if we turn on auto candidate, we'll see it. 5 and 8. Now you can see here's a 5. Let's just turn that off for now. And why do we have a 5 here? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing the 5, right? In this row. So we know that's a 5. We know this has to be an 8 because of the column. We know this one has to be a 5 because of the row and the box. And what are we left here with? We're left here with an 8. So that's the only thing left. What do we have left here? We get that 5. So, and what are we missing here? We're missing the 8. And so, as you can see, we've narrowed it down pretty quickly. we're down to what here? It looks like a 7 is missing. And this one is a 9. And we're just down to these 4 boxes. What's missing? We're missing a 5, a 7, and an 8. Well, we know there's a 7 here and a 7 here, which means there has to be a 7 here, right? Because this 7 knocks out this, giving us a 7. We have a line, a row here, which is missing a 5. Means there has to be an 8 here because that's the only missing number there. And the final number is a 5. So that's 10 minutes and 8 seconds to talk through and easy. So, you know, that should give you some perspective. This probably could have been done in about 3 minutes by somebody with any experience doing easies. Okay, let's go ahead and go back. All the puzzles were done. Let's see, it's 7 o'clock here on Pacific time. And yes, the April 16th are up and ready to go. We're back, and we're going to be doing the medium Sudoku for April 16, 2024. We'll be doing them all probably tonight, but right now we're just going to jump to the medium. We're going to do a talk through, so it's going to be a little bit slower than normal, but that's okay. Our talk throughs hopefully are helping people figuring out how to do better at Sudoku. Sudoku. Right, Mace?
Right, and also, is it New Year?
Yes, it's Thai New Year's. Now go. You are going to lose your tablet time. Okay,
As
so
a New Year too.
So for the mediums and the hards, we do use the auto candidate mode. That's what this little button does right here. You can go through and you can see we've already got a few. Well, one that's done. That's what I call a naked candidate or a solo candidate. But I like to start, of course, by just trying to find the easy ones. And right now, what I'm looking at is this 4 here, knocking out these 2, and this 4 knocking out these, leaving 4s here, which allow us to know that there are no 4s here. So we're going to remove some candidates, which is right there. Okay, so it may not seem like a lot, but later on, it may prove to be helpful. Do I see anything else? Well, we got the same sort of thing with the 4 here and the 4 here, leaving 4s here. So we got some more candidates we can take out. 4 and 4, because there can only be 4s there, right? There can only be 6s here. Nope, there's 6s there. See, you got to be careful when you do this. You got to be a little bit careful when you do you start removing. Okay, what else we got? So is there anything else with the 4s? I don't see anything. That doesn't mean there isn't anything there. I just can be a little blind. So there's 5. I'm on 5. Usually I like to start at 1, but today, because the 4 was so obvious as far as providing some value, I decided to jump at the 4. And lately I've been doing that. I've been looking sort of at the middle and what are the easiest ones to see. Yesterday's it was the 7s. So we just did an easy one, but we did super slow, so it's probably taking a little bit of my mojo. So we have a 7 here. Nope. Nothing with the 7s today. Nope. We have a little bit of help with the 7. So this 7 will knock out this. This one knocks out this. We have these 2 left. So we can take out the 7s over here if there are any 7s. Right? So that was helpful. Right, so you're left with a 6, 9 here. 1, 7, 6, 1, 7, 6. Okay. So once again, that was the 7s. Anything else with the 7s? I don't see anything. The 8s. Nothing with the 8s so far. And just jump to the 9. So the 9s, we do have a similar one where we have the 9s here and the 9s here. Oh, no, it's not. I thought I've said this before, that yellow block sometimes throws me off. But no, here we go. We got 9s here, which cleans this up, leaving us a 9 here. Okay. And that Nope, we have another 9 here. This 9 knocks out this row. This column is done, leaving us a 9 there. We have 9s taken out by that and this. So we have two spots for 9s, but that's it. And nothing else we can do. But here we go. We got 9s here and here to block out these. The 9s here block out those, leaving us a 9 right there in the middle. Okay, so jumping around to 1. I don't see anything for the 1. I don't know why this is here. Let me close that out. We got 2. So here's an interesting one. So the 2 knocks out all of these, which means these are 2s. So because there are 2s there, and there's only one spot for a 2 right here, we can put a 2 right there, which will knock out all the 2s and this 2 right here. So easy peasy. Okay, what other things we have? Okay, I don't see anything else. So this one is always kind of interesting. So you have this 6 here. I know. Let me do this 6 first. But this 6 knocks out 6s here, so there has to be a 6 here, right? There has to be a 6 here, which means there cannot be a 6 here. Oops. And we can also do that with the 4s, right? Well, I mean, it really only matters for the 6 right there, but you get the gist. We're going to go back to the number 2. Is there any more 2s out there? Don't see anything. The number 3. Nope. And the number 4, once again, we'll just check the number 4s. We know there's 2 4s here, but that's about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put on the auto candidate mode. And we're going to look for, things that make life easier, like this 6 that's all by itself. So like this 1 and 7 can be helpful, but it really isn't right now. Just looking for anything that kind of stands out to make our life easier. I don't see anything at all. That looks super easy. So we're going to go ahead and jump to looking at rows and columns. So first, we're going to look at columns and see if there's anything that sticks out. Like here we go. We have 1s. I'm just going to look at each individual column to see if there is anything we can eliminate or 7, 8. Nothing in the first column. Nothing in the second so far. Up to 6, 7, 8s, and 9s. Nothing so far.
I'm gonna put my clothes on and we go night night. I'm putting my clothes on and we go night night.
Can you turn off the alarm, please?
Mason, turn off alarm. You hear that?
I don't need to. I'm okay.
Go turn off the alarm, please.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so here's a little elimination we can do. We have the need for an 8 in one of these two spots because there's nothing else in the column, so we can get rid of this 8. Now that may not seem like a lot, but it can be. It leaves us only 8s up here, which is probably going to be useful later on. Okay, so here we go. We have a column that we revealed. Now we probably could have found it if we did the easy way, but we have a 6 here, so that's definitely something. And as you can see, there's only one 4 in this block, so we'll just take care of the 4 as well. Now there's 2s here, right? And no 2 here, so that means there's a 2. It has to be a 2 here, which means in this row, we can't have a 2 anyplace else. We can't have a 5 anyplace else. And since there's a 1 and a 2 here, we knew we didn't have a 1 there. So we're making progress. 1 and 2 here, can't have a 1 here, has to be a 7. And that leaves this one all by itself. And we're moving right along. We have all alone. And here we have a 4 and a 7 here. Doesn't help us with the rest. We do have a 6 all by itself, 3 by all itself, and a 1 by itself. So nothing here to do, but we have a 9 up there by itself, 2 by itself, an 8 by itself, a 2 and a 5, a 2 by itself here, 5 by itself, which will free up this 7, and as you can see, this one is starting to come together pretty well. 1 and 7 here, can't be a 7 here. Has to be a 6 here, 4 here, an 8 is left, a 7 is left, a 1, a 4. As you can see, this puzzle now is pretty much solving itself. And this is basically the difference between a medium and a hard. A medium will have basically one difficult number to find. A hard will have generally at least 2. Whoops, hit the wrong button there. But the medium is basically solved now. Once you start eliminating numbers, eventually you get to the point where there's only one number left. Okay, everybody, we're going to take a quick break. Oops, I forgot about this guy. And we'll be back. Hello, we are continuing our series on Sudoku walkthroughs. Today we're going to be looking at the hard for April 16th, 2024 of the New York Times. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Well, before we jump into it, I just want to say we play these Sudokus to sharpen our minds, to give our minds a little game to play that forces it to focus and use rational thoughts in a fun way. That's why we play Sudoku, not for any other reason, but just to help sharpen our minds in the realm of a game so it's enjoyable, so we can push ourselves in an enjoyable environment. So when we need to actually use our rational thoughts and minds for long periods of concentrations, we've developed it. So let's go ahead and jump to the hard. Now, as usual, we give ourselves a time limit, but since we are, let me focus this one a little bit here. But since we are, can we move that? Will it move? It doesn't move. Anyways, but since we are doing a talk through, we're not going to put an artificial time limit on ourselves. Generally speaking, we used to do 30 minutes, but I think we're down to 20 minutes max on a hard. Now, of course, if we're close, we're going to let ourselves go over, but we'd only consider it a victory. Only if it's below 20 minutes now. Now, as we discussed in the previous puzzle, just because it's a hard doesn't mean it'll take as long as the medium and vice versa, whatever that means. So just looking at this really off the top of our heads, we can see these 9s right here all conspire to make this the only 9 left. You could see if we turn on auto candidate, which we will use, it's the only 9 in this block. Okay, so we have a 9 there. Now, in general, we like to go through and look for all the easy ones first without any kind of auto candidate on. So it just happened that 9 just happened to be sticking out like a sore toe, something like that. So let's go ahead and keep looking. Now, one of the things I like to do recently is I start in the center. And we can see these 3 are blocked off here. This one blocks off these 2. So we know there are 6s in here or here, which means there cannot be any 6s over here. So let's go ahead and turn the candidate mode on and remove these 6s. So later on, we don't, you got to take these opportunities to get rid of as many numbers as we can. And looking at the 6s here, this 6 knocks out this one, and this one does this, which gives us a 6 there. And what's that do over here? We have 2 6s here. Does that help us in any way? It does not. But that's okay. Okay, anything else sticking out here? I don't see anything off hand except for this 4. Look at this 4 that knocks out here. This 4 knocks out here, gives us a 4 right there. Okay, so I'm going to just jump through the numbers real fast, starting at 1. This 1 is blocked this off, which means there has to be a 1 here and here, which means there can't be a 1 anywhere else in that column. So we can get rid of this one. We can get rid of this one and this one here. Is there anything else we can do with the 1s? I don't see anything right now. The 2s. I don't see anything with the 2s. Oh, excuse me. Just waking up. Just took a coffee nap. The 3 looks good. Not good. It's just nothing we can do with it. So maybe it looks bad because there's nothing we can do with it. 4s, I don't see anything. 5s. What about the 5s? Nothing for the 5s. 6s. For whatever reason, my headphones are making some weird noises. In the 7s, we know there has to be 7s here, but we can probably get rid of this 7 if there's a 7 here. Let's go ahead and look there. There it is. So no 7 there. And while we have auto candidate mode on, we have a few numbers that are all by themselves. Let's go ahead and get rid of those or fill them in. So this is nice here. We have a 5 and a 3 here, which means there cannot be a 3 here, right? Because the row, the 5s and the 3 block any other ones, and we can take out the 5 and the 3 in this space here. So let's take out the 5s and the 3 because of they eliminate everything in that sector. We got another 5 here, and since we have only a 5 and a 3, a 2 and a 3 here, we know this has to be a 2. This one has to be an 8. This one has to be a 3. And we made some pretty good progress by noticing that. I generally like to go in order, but if you see something, do it, put it down. Now, if you don't know, obviously you can just write these down. If you're looking at this puzzle for the first time and don't have access to the New York Times for this particular day, I think this was the 16th of April, then you can just write down or use a online Sudoku form like this at Sudoku 9x9. There's tons of them out there. You can just use an Excel spreadsheet. Nothing wrong with that. Or any kind of spreadsheet. Google Sheets is free, so use Google Sheets, whatever you have access to, or pencil and paper. Nothing wrong with good old pencil and paper. Okay, have we finished up all of the easy ones yet? Not yet. You just keep on writing themselves. We have 1, 2 eaten up here. There's no other thing to do. So here we go. We have a 2 has to be here or here, right? We got a little crisscross applesauce. So we can get rid of all these 2's. Right? I mean, and of course the 2 and 9 here also gets rid of all these 2's. So if you were not sure about that logic, you can be sure now. We got the 2 and the 9's here. What else do we have? So we've actually cleared quite a bit of this one already. So here's a column with these 2 3's. There has to be a 3 here, right? So we can remove the 3 here and the 3 here. We got 6's here. I was hoping for something to use there, but I don't see it. It could be something and I just don't see it. I certainly don't see everything. If we look at this top row here, what do we see? This is the only 3 available in the top row. So there we go. We have 4's here only in the top row, so we can get rid of all the 4's in the rest of this, and we can start by this 8. But now we can just go and get rid of the 4's in these other spots. What else do we have? I like this 1 and 2 combo here, but we also have it up here. So we have a 2 here. There's the only place for a 2, but I don't see it. But I do see this 8 is the only 8 in this column. So I'm a column in the row. So we have an 8 here. We have a 4 here. It's by itself. This 7, 6 pairs up nicely with this 7 and 6. So we can get rid of this 7 and 6 in here to get the 4. Very nice, huh? So far so good. This puzzle is coming together rather quickly. So far we haven't had to use anything too advanced. It's just kind of popping up at us as we go through. I am just going to do a quick scan of some columns and rows to see if anything pops up. So this is the 1 column. This is the second one. I don't see anything in there. This 1 and 7 isn't doing anything. 1, 2. We have 3's here, right? So there has to be a 3. Nope, there's one down here. So we can't eliminate the 3's, the 9's there. Why didn't I see this is the only 4? Right, there's only a 4 there, so it has to be a 4. In that column, that was the only 4. I apologize if there was confusion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got a couple of 9's. Well, we have a 1 by itself, an 8 by itself. A 7 all alone, 2 all alone, another 7, 1, 2, 3, 8. And as you can see, this puzzle is basically complete. Unfortunately, we weren't able to show any real advanced techniques. You know, things just kind of showed themselves. But that's it for now. We'll be back with some more challenging ones later. We have, of course, an entire, what do they call it, catalog of Sudokus that you can jump into. And I recommend that you just look at the beginning, write it down, you know, go as far as you can go. And if you can't complete it, just go ahead and see how we do things differently. You know, just because I can do a Sudoku or you can do one that I cannot doesn't mean that either of us is particularly better. Sometimes you just see it, sometimes you don't. I thank you for watching. We'll be back with more Sudoku later. Thank you.